Today is the day I quit smoking. But not right now.
I'm a monster, I'm a maven. I know this world is changing. Never gave in, never gave up. I'm the only thing I'm afraid of.
I want to enjoy my last smoke. I'm going to share it with you guys. Get these windows down, let the air out. Yeah, today is day 3. I think my injury, it's still sore back there. But it's about healed up. I need to quit these things. I already can't breathe. This hocking up stuff. I'm like, oh, I think I spit out a lung. Oh, yeah. No, I'll tell you what, guys. You know, I'm not going to vaping. No, I'm not a full-time smoker. I'm a part-time smoker. Every couple months or so, I'll get me a pack and I cheap them down that night, and or usually if I'm with buddies and I'm drinking and having a good old time, I usually smoke. But you know, I'm a part-time smoker. I'm a smoker enthusiast. I like to smoke, but I can't do it all the time. And the only reason I've been smoking these past few days is because I kind of put a hole in the side of my gum line back here, brushing. I had a toothbrush, and boy, I was wearing it out. That's what she said. Anyway, messed up my gum, and it hurt. But anyway, and this woman needs to quit texting me. Babe, quit texting me. I'm trying to work here. But yeah, I'm not a full-time smoker. And I'm not going to vape. No, vaping to me is just as bad as smoking. You're putting, foreign stuff into your lungs, and it might be safer, because I think the biggest thing about smoking is not the tobacco itself. Well, if you get a real tobacco, not no imitation tobacco, get real tobacco, I don't think there's much wrong with that. I think the biggest problem lies with these filters. You get all these little fibers just coating your lungs while you're smoking, and I think that's where the big problem lies with smoking. But either way, I'm done. I'm quitting today, and we get rolling. I'm gonna tell you how to quit smoking. It's what I do every time I quit, for a couple months. But yeah, come back at you in a little bit. See you, bye. And we're back. I'm all done with my coffee, loaded up, ready to roll. I'm on my way. I'm wired to the gills. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. But I will tell you what, I'm gonna come back to you, and we're gonna talk about a little psychology here. A little psychology. It's about quitting smoking. I told you guys a couple days ago, so I'm gonna show you how to quit smoking. And before I get into this, I want you to understand, I started smoking at the ripe old age of 15. And I never did like smoking. I always said I wouldn't smoke because I watched my grandmother pass away with emphysema and lung cancer. And that happened when I was 14. So I always said I wasn't going to smoke. But the one, yeah, I'm going to be a finger pointer. I'll point my finger at you. But one person in the world that could get me into peer pressure was the person that I looked up to most, and that was my big brother. And about the time he was maybe 16. Anyway, he took up and he wanted to smoke, and he liked the buzz it gave him. And he used to tell me, he's like, "Come on, man, I got a pack of cigarettes. Let's go out here in the woods. Let's go smoke a cigarette." I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. Nah, come on, man. Don't make me do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. Come on, man. Don't you want to get a buzz?" I was like, "No, man, I don't want to smoke. Come on, don't make me do it." I mean, the one guy. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna point my finger and, "Dadgummit, it's your fault." No, I'm just kidding. It was mine. I should have just totally said, hell no. But anyway, I gave in and I tried it. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Tingled my tongue. Tasted like crap. Got me all lightheaded and stuff. And I was like, "Ooh, I don't like this." But repetition of him wanting to go smoking, just slowly just became a smoker. I remember my stepfather caught me smoking one time. He didn't really catch me smoking. He just he just knew the bathroom smelled like smoke. He started calling me the midnight smoker. That's okay, because he was the midnight toker, because he liked his he liked his weed back in the day. So I was the midnight smoker, he was the midnight toker. But he never told my mom on me. So from age 15 up until about 29, that's whenever the price of smokes went up to like almost $5. Everybody's saying it's $5. And I said, you know, I've had enough of this. I quit. I grabbed me a can of dip, and I mean, I dipped here and there, but I grabbed me a can of dip, and when I quit, I put almost a full pack in the console of my Jeep, and I always had those cigarettes with me, because I knew, you know, what made sense to me is human nature. You want what you can't have. So instead of throwing them away, I kept a whole pack in my Jeep. And every time I thought about, I want a cigarette, I thought, nah, see if I can go to the end of the day. Lo and behold, I went to the end of the day. Got off and I said, oh, I would like to smoke a cigarette right now. No, I believe I'll see if I can wait till tomorrow. Put it off, you know. So I became a procrastinator of smoking. I kept putting it off. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe tonight. Maybe this Friday. I mean, it was just one decision at a time, made multiple times daily. That's what gave me my philosophy on that take right there. One decision at a time, multiple times daily. So I got to a week, and then I thought, well, sweet, that's pretty cool. I wonder if I can make it a month. I kept going, you know what I'm saying? I kept going, and I made it a month. And let me tell you, quitting smoking was got to be one of the hardest things I've ever done. It was pretty hard to do that. I mean, it was hard, but I knew it was all in the mind. You know, it's mind tricks. It's mind thievery that's making me, you know, the low standard thieving away my right to do it. So I knew it was mine. I would say another word, but I don't want to, you know what I'm saying. It's mind trickery. So I got to the end of a month and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. I felt accomplished. I felt a sense of pride in myself that I had achieved a month not smoking, given that I went from age 15 to age 29 smoking 2, 3, sometimes 4 packs a day. I was a chain smoker, and I just really didn't. I was really tired of it. Anyway, at the end of a month, I looked out and I said, I wonder if I can go another month. Lo and behold, I went another month. And that process stayed there. You know, it was, oh man, I guarantee it was a good solid 6 months. I still craved smoking a cigarette. I still craved it. You know, you got your little rituals. Whether it's, you wake up, you want to smoke. You get done eating, you got to smoke. You get done sexing, you got to smoke. You get ready for bed, last smoke of the day. All those little rituals are habits, and they're hard to break. And I knew it was all mental, wanting to do it. I knew the nicotine done left out of the system, and it was just habit. And an old rule of thumb is, if you can go 21 days with a new habit, chances are you've got a high success of creating a new habit. Smoking, 6 months later, I still was craving the habits of doing this. So even it was tough. So I quit, and it was about 2.5, 3 years before I ever got my first cigarette. And lo and behold, I was on the hunt club, drinking some cold beer around a campfire with you know who? My big brother. I said, hey, give me one of those cigarettes. Oh man, it was game over. I cheaped about all these cigarettes. We had to get up the next morning around lunch and go into town to get some more cigarettes, because I done cheaped all these cigarettes down. I said, shit, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go hard, you know what I'm saying? Because when I go back home, and I'm not gonna smoke no more. He said, man, you shouldn't have smoked that one. I mean, he didn't peer pressure me into it again. He said I was an idiot. But, you know, I just wanted to try it out. And I knew I'd quit before, so I could quit again. And when I found out that second time, no problem. Because mentally, I knew I was stronger than that cigarette. I knew I was in charge of that cigarette. I knew I was in charge of the habit. I knew mentally it was my choice, my decision, one decision at a time, made daily, multiple times. multiple times a day daily. So after that, I didn't have another cigarette for about a year or two. And it got to the point where every couple months, I'd buy me a pack of smokes because it's so easy to quit. Like today, I smoked my last cigarette. That one you see me light up, that's the last cigarette. And if I do smoke another cigarette, I promise you, I will be 100% transparent, and I'll let you know, hey, smoking a cigarette, guys. Y'all didn't see it. Or maybe I might do it live. I don't know. But I'll let you know because, I don't really care if you know I smoke. Ain't no big deal. I don't feel bad about it. But that's the last cigarette. I might go a month. I might go 6 months. I might go a year before I want to, have that smoke again. And I probably will one of these days. But I know, after I quit that first time, and I quit for years, it showed me that I was in charge. It showed me that it was just my decision. And another thing that changed along that route is I've tried giving a lot of friends advice to quit smoking, and so I'd look for inspiration. And the best inspiration to me that I ever came up with was this. The number one market for smokers is the lower class. And out of that lower class, 72% are smokers. That's a high percentage. Out of the lower class, 72% of lower class people, we're talking about, lower class incomes, you know what I'm saying? Lower class incomes, 72% of them are smokers. So without the lower class, tobacco companies wouldn't stand a chance. So I come from lower class. I come from lower class poverty, drug addiction, alcoholics in the family, pill heads. I come from that. If you want to know what I come from, seriously, watch Shameless. I love that show because it takes me back to my childhood. I mean, seriously, takes me back to my childhood. That was my family, you know what I'm saying? Granny always had a 38 in her titties. Everybody was into something. Everybody was into something. And Carl, it's kind of like the one that reminds me of myself until I got older. Then I kind of relate to Lip. But Carl, he's just always different, always a little hustler. And then when I got older, I became more like a Lip. I became smarter because I never got on drugs or anything. I knew I wanted better. But anyway, so I could talk about lower class income families because I come from it. I've also been homeless before when I was like 16, 17 years old. So I can talk about your ass. So out of the 72% of people that smoke are lower income people. The thing about lower income people and lower poverty, people in poverty, they're there for one main reason. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but the main one is they make poor decisions. Poor choices, poor decisions, poor actions. You know what that equals? It equals bad results. So therefore, you make poor decisions, you get bad results. You plant bad seeds, you reap bad rewards. I mean, that's just how it goes. So everybody that smokes, that made me think, it's a poor decision every time. I'm smoking something that I know is going to kill me. And it's almost a proven fact, if you smoke cigarettes, you will die from lung cancer or lung disease or some kind of smoking illness. So why would you want to smoke when you know it's killing you every draw, every time you do it? And then it makes you think, if I could drink sulfuric acid, it makes me feel good just for a minute, but I know it's killing me. Would I drink it? Or how about this? Here's a different scenario for you. Come on, Missouri, get these roads fixed, man. I'm just all over the place. If you found out you was going to die in 1 week, and the only way to stay alive is if you quit smoking, what would you do? If you can answer that question, then you can answer the next question. Do you want to live prosperous, healthy, or do you want to live in suffering, bad health? So if the answer is, if you're going to die in 7 days unless you quit smoking today, more than likely most people will quit smoking unless, they're already suicidal and they're like, hell with it, I'm done, just take me away. But most people are going to quit. on the spot, not even think nothing of it. You know, I've read a lot of stories of people that's quit cold turkey like that because it was life or death. But when you got a lot of, let's call it play with it. I can play with it because, you know, I can smoke now. It probably ain't going to catch up to me until I'm like in my 60s or my 70s, maybe late 50s. I got a lot of play with it time. A lot of times you're gonna see what you get away with, and you're gonna keep doing it. But some real good advice I got one time from a diabetic heart patient, and their statement was simply this: growing up in your 20s, 30s, 40s, if you will live like a diabetic heart patient with your choices and what you consume, you will never become a real deal true diabetic heart patient. That spoke volumes right there. So, then again, are back to choices, decisions. Most people in lower income communities and classes and families, most of them are there because they make poor choices, poor decisions. Not all, I understand that, not all. But from my experience, people that I know, the people in my family, people that I grew up around, people that I know personally, it's because bad choices, bad decisions. Just like doing this right here every day. Bad choice, bad decisions take you to your grave. Me, myself, I want to live past 80 and crazy. And I really want to be 100 years old. I really do. So that's what I'm going for. So with all that, let me tell you, for me, it's easy to quit smoking. I don't know if I'll ever pick up another one or if I will next month. But every time I do get the wild hair to smoke a cigarette, you know, when I'm done, I'm done. So it really is one choice, one decision made multiple times daily in anything you want to do, whether it's quitting smoking or getting healthy or becoming a millionaire. One choice, multiple times daily. Anyways, guys, we're going to come back at you here in a little bit. I'm about to pull in and find me a little place to kick a little 30-minute break and probably, I don't know. Come back in a little bit. See you back. Hey, guys, what's going on? We're coming back. We shut down. I made it over into West Virginia. I think 160 miles away from my drop. So I got to get up in the morning and haul ass to make it. I'm behind the... No, I'm just kidding. I got till 4 o'clock to get there. So I'm going to get up in the morning and push on over that way. I'll probably be there around 12, 1. Maybe even enough time to kick this off and get another pick and just head on back west. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. But I realized something, that all that time I sat in Cuba and Sullivan getting the work done on the truck and just kick back, relaxing, enjoying life. I didn't do my paperwork on that trip. I hate doing that. I get caught up sometimes and I forget to do all my mileage and my IFTA. I got a little trip pack that I fill out for my IFTA. And yeah, I'm not electronic with it. I just don't trust electronics. I just write it down and fill out little trip packs, keep out hard copies of everything. And then I still didn't do my books. I keep up with the books, keep up with load, weight, distance, pickup, drop off, how much money was spent in fuel, how much money the revenue was, how much was the profit after fuel, how much I spent on fuel, the MPGs, the gallons per mile, the cost per mile, and I think that's about it. So in my books, I always keep up with all that. I've got every trip I've ever done since I started doing it, and I started doing it back at Roadrunner back in sometime 2014, so probably September, October 2014. I've got every load that I've ever done, and I got the book right there. My old book. When I got this trucking outfit going, I started a new book. But anyway, yeah, it's just a habit. I like to see the numbers. I like to see the data. Show me the numbers. All right, guys, I ain't really got a lot to say other than we hauled ass across the nation, and it's been a minute since I've been on 64. I think I've been on 64 in Virginia, but I don't think I've ever been on 64 on the Indiana side. I think it's Indiana I came across, in Kentucky. Yeah, because I got to Illinois, then shot across Indiana, then Kentucky. I think that's the first time I've ever been on that stretch of highway, unless I was teaming with my brother and he was driving. I just wasn't paying attention. But anyway, it's a nice scenic route. It was 50 miles further to drop down to 24 and go through Nashville, Knoxville, and then back up through Bristol and stuff on 81. So I thought, I've never been this way. Let's go this way. It's 50 miles shorter. I know there's going to be more, not more, but I know there's going to be hills. But you know what? There's hills down on 40. So anyway, it was a nice scenic ride today. I can't wait to go that way because I'm going to pick up, I'm going to stay on 64, and I think I'm going to pick up Highway 7, Interstate 77. I think. Anyway, pretty scenery, so I can't wait. Anyways, guys, I will come back to you tomorrow, and maybe something interesting will happen other than just me driving all day, talking on the phone, and yeah. Anyways, guys, y'all keep y'all keep it safe out there. Come at you later. Talk to you then. See you. Bye.